Now we have already studied about the classification of resources or types of resources. Once again, I would like to repeat. We have studied in the previous video the types of resources, classification of resources. They are natural resources, man-made resources, and human resource. Now we will look in this video, we will study about the classification of natural resources. I have already given the example of the natural resources, the definition of natural resources. Now we will see the classification of natural resources. So natural resources are classified in different bases. You can see on the board the classification of natural resources. Classification on the basis of origin. Natural resources are first classified on the basis of their origin. When we see on the basis of origin, they are classified as biotic and abiotic. On the basis of their origin, how they are origined, how they are created on the nature, on that basis, on the basis of its origin, the resources are classified as biotic. Biotic resources are the resources which have life in them, like plants, animals, human beings. These are biotic resources of the nature. Second, abiotic resources. Abiotic resources are the resources which do not have life in them. For example, land, soil, water, air, and minerals. They do not have life, and therefore they are abiotic resources of the nature. Second is on the basis of development. The resources are classified on the basis of development. On the basis of development, the resources have many on the basis of development, resources are classified or subdivided into many that we will study in class 10 in a details. But just to tell you about the classification of resources on the basis of their development, the resources are classified as developed resources. Resources are classified as reserved resources. Resources are classified as the stock resources, and these are the classification on the basis of development. The developed resources are the resources of the nature which are already being used for a long period of time. For example, natural gas, petroleum, coal, forest, the woods. These are the minerals. These are the resources which are already being utilized by us, and therefore they are already developed resources. And there are many other resources which are not fully developed. For example, solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy. These are not fully developed, and in the future they can be utilized much. Reserve resources. We have also stock resources. On earth, we know there are many resources which people do not know. For example, ocean water has many resources, which are not possible by human beings to extract and utilize. Therefore, they are stock resources. We will study that in the coming in the next classes, or in the class 10, about the classification resources in detail. So that was the classification of resources on the basis of development. And now the classification of resources based on renewability. That is the third classification of resource, on the basis of its renewability. On the basis of its renewability, the resources are classified as renewable and non-renewable. The resources which are renewed in the nature, once we use, again it is renewed. So resources which are renewed in the nature itself, that is called renewable resources. For example, air, water, soil, forest, these are renewable resources. They are renewed. We use the wind energy, the solar energy, the soil and water, air, these are all renewed. They are renewed again and again. Therefore, we call them as renewable resources. They are also known as inexhaustible resources. Other name for renewable resources, inexhaustible resources. The other is non-renewable. Non-renewable resources are the resources which are once finished in the nature, they will not be renewed again. They take a long period of time to be renewed. For example, the coal, the petroleum and the minerals, they once the coal and petroleum, they are very soon they are going to finish, and once they are finished they are not renewed because they take a million and millions of years to be formed. Therefore, they are called non-renewable resources. They are also called as exhaustible resources. Therefore, students, we must carefully and judiciously, wisely use those resources and save those resources for the future. So that was the classification resources on the basis of renewability. And finally, the classification of resources on the basis of its distribution. On the basis of its distribution, you can see it is also classified as ubiquitous and localized. On the basis of distribution, the resources are classified as ubiquitous and localized. That means we know that on the earth the resources are not equally distributed. Some places have so many resources, whereas some places have no resources. For example, our state of Jharkhand, West Bengal, Orissa, we have coals in a large quantity, whereas when we see about the coal in other states, they have no coals. So therefore we know, students, that all the resources are not equally distributed on the earth everywhere. So ubiquitous resources are the resources which are found everywhere equally. That is the ubiquitous resources. For example, wind, air, water, sunlight, plants, these are ubiquitous resources. They are found equally everywhere on all the part of the earth. So they are ubiquitous resources. May understood? I hope you understood. The examples are wind, water, soil, plants. These are solar energy, wind energy. These are ubiquitous resources. They are found everywhere equally. Whereas localized resources are the resources which are not found everywhere. For example, I have already told that coal is found in Jharkhand, West Bengal, but this coal is not found in other parts of the earth. These are not found in the northeastern part of the country. So the resources which are found only in some places and not everywhere equally, those resources are called as the localized resources. So have you understood the classification of resources? These were the classification of resources in the board. Once again, you can see and follow it. Now students, we are moving to the development of resources, the conservation of resources. As I was speaking about the resource, finally we are going to learn about the conservation of resources. Before that, human resources. And human resources, I already told you that the resources which are made by human beings are human made resources. All the things made by man, the vehicles, the bridge, the roads, the buildings, everything, and that is for our use, human made resources. Human beings are also resources because they have their knowledge, technology and strength and power, so they can do the work, and they can earn money, they can grow crops in the field. So human beings are also a resource, and they are called human resource. Finally, we are coming to the conservation of resources. Now, what is the meaning of conservation of resources? The conservation of resources means using the resource wisely, using the resources judiciously or wisely, not wasting the resources, and saving the resources for the future. That is called conservation of resources, saving of resources. Students, we know that there are many resources on the earth which are going to finish. For example, natural petroleum, coal and many other minerals which are finishing from the earth, and once they are finished they are not renewed again. Therefore students, we must carefully use them. You know, the groundwater is the only water that is useful for drinking. Underground water, that is the pure water. But you students, you know, the percentage of this underground water that we use for drinking is very less than even 1%, and that is going down and down. And therefore we need to save those resources, and if we don't save them resources, they are very soon going to finish from the earth, and we will lack those resources, we will suffer. And therefore we need to conserve the resources. So what is conservation of resources? Saving the resources for the future, that is conservation of resources. Using the resources wisely, not wasting it, and saving it for the future, that is conservation of resources. What are the things can be done for the conservation of resources? We can do few things. Number one, we can reuse the resource which can be used again and again. For example, paper, we can use it again and again. We can use the water again and again, purify it and use it for other works. So there are many resources which can be reused. Plastics can be reused. So classification, the reuse, then recycle. We can recycle and reuse, recycle, and finding out the new resources. That is the way. These are the different steps to conserve the resources. I hope you understand the classes and follow the class properly. Watch to the videos, listen to it carefully, and read your chapters carefully. I hope you understood the chapter, and after this chapter you try to solve the question answers. At the end of this week I'm going to send you some of the questions from this chapter 1 and 2, and hope you understood. You listen to the video carefully and try to solve the question, and that's all. Thank you. Be safe at your home, stay safe. That's all.